The Naira Bets Late Pick 5, it is back. It's back for Cigar Mile Day. And keep in mind, you're playing through Naira Bets. And if you want to play the Naira Bets Late Pick 5 and you are not in New York State, you got to play it through Naira Bets. And if you're playing through Naira Bets, it's a 10% winner's bonus. Interesting sequence on Saturday. 5 races, races 6 through 10. 4 of them graded stakes, starting off with a grade 3 Gopher Juan. It's got last year's winner, Highway Star, as number 2. You've got to use her. I'm going to use the 1 Jameson and Ginger, coming off a huge effort last time, a repeat of that effort, and she's going to win this race. The 2 Highway Star, I don't trust her coming back just a month in the Breeders' Cup, but she's been such a hard knocker. You have to imagine she's a major player here, and I would use the 5 Verve's Tail, who might be the horse to beat in this race. Perhaps moved a little soon in a fast pace last time out and just failed to hold, going a bit further. Lucy and Ethel might wire the field. If she does, I'll be out of the Naira Bets Late Pick 5. 1-2-5 kicks it off for me. Now, the leg that's really difficult is the second leg, race number 7, 6 furlongs, on the turf for 2-year-olds. And there's really just no form whatsoever to go on. Yes, the 12-stone factor might wire the field. And she did come out of a race that completely collapsed last time out, and she was the speed. You have to use her, but you can't really trust her. So the question is, who else do you really use? My other uses in here, maybe a little 5 Silverado Mist, who didn't do much running in her turf races, but maybe the experience. And in this field, she might have found the right spot. I'm using the 8 Barrel of Destiny, who's going to be a big price. She's got the pedigree to move up on the turf for John Hertler. And the 10 Summer Squeeze, a first-time starter who has pedigree to handle the turf of the dam side. Sire's a little more murky. I'm going to use 5, 8, 10, 12. This is a very difficult leg and one you're going to want to use as many as you possibly can. Race number 8, the Demoiselle, back in the stakes action, and we'll have 3 stakes to close out the Naira Bets Late Pick 5. Mile and an eighth for the 2-year-old fillies. I'm going to hone in on the 1 Daisy, who won the prep for this, the Tempted. The 6 More Power, both horses trained by John Service. I like those 2. Maybe a little 5 Indy Union, but 1 and 6 are my main 2. Listen, it depends on your budget, but you're going to have to narrow it down somewhere, especially to try to get through leg number 2, the 7th race. So I'm sort of 1, 6, 5 in this race. The 3, Wonder Godot, the 4, Held Accountable. These are horses that can win, but they're lower-level C-types for me. Turning our attention to the male equivalent of the Demoiselle, that's the Remsen. It's race number 9, the 4th leg of the sequence. And I'm going to use 3 horses in this race. I'm going to use the 7 Alcatam, a maiden for Chad Brown, second-time starter. The 3 Avery Island, who's the logical favorite in this race and has to be used, but is not that good, and a good performance would beat him. And the 8 Vouch. I think the 8 Vouch would be great to see him set right to lead with Joel Rosario. I know he's making just his second start, but it's not like any of these horses have that much experience. I thought Vouch's win out of town was A-OK. 3, 7, 8 are my main players. Near a little 2 Triple Dog Dare is a C, but I'm going to hone in on the 7, 8, and 3 in the Remsen. And then you come up to the Cigar Mile, and it's a good one. It's at a mile, around 1 turn, a grade 1, $750,000. It's the last leg. I'm not clever in here. If somebody upsets this race, they're not on my tickets. I like a lot of people, the 8 Practical Joke, who will likely be second choice. It's not. I think a lot is made of the fact he's undefeated around 1 turn. And is he a better 1-turn horse, or is the distances that he's better at? I think it's more the distances. The fact is, he didn't lose the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile last time because it was a 2-turn race. He lost it because it had a ridiculously slow pace. It was a ridiculously slow pace that Sharp Azteca was setting. And while Sharp Azteca can win this race, and he's good, he's got to deal with more speed from the 5 Americanized and the 2 Seymour Dini in this race. And he's going to be outside him stalking, which helps. But still, he's gotten away with some very moderate paces in his races going long this year, and it doesn't figure to be the case here. And that's going to work against him and in the favor of Practical Joke, who spent a lot of time in the dead rail last time and was just compromised by a slow pace. Pace is worse than the 2 turns, in my opinion. So Practical Joke, I'll use Sharp Azteca defensively, and I'll use the 2 Seymour Dini, because he does have the big race, 2 back, albeit in the wet track. Last time out, something went amiss, and it was off a layoff because he looked like he wasn't running at all, and then he was running at the end. But he also has to deal with the pace and be inside. I still think he can win. Can Mind Your Biscuits win? I guess he can, but is he really a miler? And do you trust him to ever refine that good form from earlier this year? And is that even good enough to beat Practical Joke if he runs his best race? All questions you have to answer. I went 8, 6, 2, 1 in here. I'm going to hone in on Practical Joke and spread in the other races. It is a very interesting sequence. The Naira Bets Late Pick 5, the final one of 2017. You want to get involved, and if you're not in New York State, you got to play it through Naira Bets. And if you play it through Naira Bets, 10% winner's bonus. More details on that over at NairaBets.com. And keep in mind, Fox Sports 2, MSG Plus, Aqueduct Live. We are back for a final edition. It'll be from 3 to 4:30. We'll be covering the Demoiselle, the Remsen, and the Cigar Mile, the last three legs, the Naira Bet Late Pick 5. You can watch it on the Naira Now app. You can watch it at Naira.com. You can watch it on Aqueduct Live. A lot of good stuff going on this weekend at the Big A.